Hi friends, and welcome back to a brand new episode here on Quear. We have twins! Yes, you heard that right. This week, I sit down with Bajan twins Lano and Shawn. Both of them are models and music extraordinaires, also known as Oneikonn. In this episode, Lano and Shawn talk to us about what it's like being identical gay twins and all of the twin questions you want to know, such as coming out as gay twins. Was it easier? What it was like for them growing up in Barbados, and how they have been received by the music industry being so open about their sexuality. Boom, bang! So there's a lot to cover in this episode. I am so excited. If you want to check out the entire story, it's on our Quear podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Link below. We have a Patreon account, and if you want to support the journey of Quear for as little as $3 a month, but you can choose whatever you want to pay, go check out our Patreon page, and I'm truly grateful. Biggest thing is subscribe, people. Subscribe. Watching my dad's episode last week, I realized a lot of you aren't subscribed to the channel. So do it. Click that big red button. And a little disclaimer for this episode, I rented a mic for this one, and the mic didn't have a recording function on it. I did not know, so my audio is a little bit shady. But you can still hear me. Let's meet the twins. Are you two identical twins?
Yes.
And who was born first?
I was born first. 5 minutes apart. I was the smaller twin. He was bigger.
What was it like for you two growing up in Barbados as kids?
It was good and bad. I mean, we always hide our sexuality because of the people in Barbados, family-wise, father.
The stigma attached to being gay, coming up as little kids.
When you were that young, you know, like playing or stuff like that, were you aware of your sexuality by then?
Yeah, I was always aware of my sexuality. I
We
never
both were.
tried to fight it. He
I
kinda
always
tried to
tried
fight
to.
it, but I never fight mine.
What age did you know that you were gay?
I knew I was gay from
Yeah.
like 11 years.
From time I started getting sexual feelings.
Yeah.
Who was your first person that you guys like admired or felt attracted to?
To be honest, I'm gonna be quite honest. It was a guy in my family.
I started liking like celebrity guys.
Yes.
Usually celebrity
Like
or
God,
culture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was Chris Brown for me for sure, and Trey Songz and Usher.
Yes. Yes, we was interested in girls as well too, but like we always had an eye for guys.
You little ladies out there, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Did you experience a lot of bullying growing up?
For sure.
Yes,
Especially in secondary school.
Yeah.
We had to fight a lot.
Yeah, we had to defend ourselves. Yeah,
A lot.
We
Like
used to
every
get
single
called names.
There were not one day passed by that we weren't called a bully or gay.
Did one of you experience a little bit more bullying than the other
Yes,
one?
I did.
He did.
Why do you think that is?
Because I was more
'Cause-
comfortable
and
with
I-
myself.
Like as he said, it was hiding my sexuality, so I always tried to be like the tug, straight one.
So growing
out
up,
to the
it was
twins.
always one was gay, one was straight, and I would always take the blame that he was not gay. I would cover for him, tell my parents, no, there's only one that's gay. It's just me. He's straight.
I mean, I wasn't doing as much as he was then,
Yes.
but still,
Okay,
I
well-
liked mine.
Okay, let's dive into that. What were some of the stuff that you were doing?
Well, I
young?
was bold as a kid. I was not afraid to try different things or experiment. Like, try to kiss a guy when I was younger. Always try to kiss a guy. I remember one time when I was growing up. This is how I knew. How I knew I was really into guys growing up. I remember as a kid, like, I would always wanted to sit on my uncle's lap for some reason. I didn't know why. That's why I
Yeah,
always
you
tell
were
people
certain.
it's not a choice. Being gay is not a choice. I think it's something that
It
you're
is a
born
choice
with.
for certain people.
For
though.
certain people, because
certain
then-
You
people.
can choose to be gay.
I don't think so, because even if you fight it or it's not in
It's
your
always going to be in your
mind.
subconscious, you know? Like, you
True.
can get married, you can have kids, you can do all of this. My belief is you're
You're gonna
living
always,
a lie. You know,
yes.
eventually, like imagine the mental health struggle that you must go through. Like, completely like pushing that to the side your whole life. You can choose not to follow that path.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. That's why I
but
think-
you're living a lie.
That's why I think being gay, you are born
But-
that way.
But you know, it's
Who
I
would choose to be gay?
still find it's a choice, because it's like men that grow up, got kids, wife, whatever, but only now got that urge for a man like in their 30s or 40s.
They probably have the urge, but because of society norms, like I think that's where you have to look at someone's story and see like how they grew up, what shame they must have
for sure, the
experienced
background
or witnessed, even like how gay people got taught, where if they're from a small town, like so many things come into consideration that people suppress their sexuality so much. I mean, I think everybody in the world.
But I mean, today's society is much different from back then.
Oh, absolutely,
for sure. Even here in Barbados,
I saw this quote and it was, imagine how many of our grandparents must have been part of the LGBTQ plus community but never spoke about it and have
gone on,
spent their whole life
and still haven't,
you know, which is really sad. But like now you see everybody coming out, because everybody's being more confident.
It has to come from somewhere, like even with singing or based on your talent, what kind of talent you have, it all leads back to your parents, your grandparents, and your ancestors. So it doesn't start from you, because we're not the first gay people in our family.
Wow.
So that's
I'm sure we won't be the last either.
No.
You guys touched on like, you know, going to school every day and hearing all those words coming at you, such as bullet, faggot, whatever, batty boy. Like, I want to understand how those words made you feel, first of all, and like the impact that they have on you now.
There was like an overwhelming feeling. It was like too much, meaning like you hear it too much. Like
even I wanted to cry sometimes, or like just run in a corner or run away or try and walk away from the situation too fast. But like after a while, like because I got all of that in primary school, when I got secondary school, like I became tough. No,
we don't get those terms a lot.
I guess because everyone probably known as respect us known.
Like we have no name calling.
I think people need to understand the weight that words carry with people. It's good that you stood up for yourself and you like showed them that they couldn't mess with you. But experiencing that every day must have been really hard on your mental health.
Definitely.
You know,
it made us who we are, though.
One of you was bullied a lot more, right?
Yes.
And you took a lot more of the grunt for
both of us.
Homosexuality.
He took the grunt for both of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in my experience, my brother was bullied really badly. We're really close in age too. He's 1 year older, stayed down a year. So we always were in the same class growing up. He was way more effeminate than me. And I like slid under the radar. I acted super heterosexual. But like when people would do that in front of me, I experienced a lot of like internal anger, and I was just like, why do people think it's okay in front of me? You know, and like they would compare us a lot and be like, why are you this?
Or like, well, you can't be like your brother. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. How did that make you feel when they would do stuff like that?
I would always like cut the conversation. I would not allow anyone.
Or he would not even confirm that I'm gay.
Even if you say brother gay, I was like, no, I don't know.
Because in school I was never admitting to that I was gay because of the school I went to.
We went to all boys school.
Yeah, come on guys, we went to all boys school. It's definitely not easy to go to that school in Barbados. I mean, it was good and bad. Yeah, it have its ups and downs.
Being at a school all boys and gay.
Was there a lot of other queer people in Barbados at that school?
No.
That were not out, but like...
Yeah.
Probably one or two.
That were down low.
One or two. It wasn't a lot though.
Did you have any moments where you like dabbled a bit at school?
Of course. Sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Do tell. I'm sure there were so many people that were so curious, but they just...
even up to this day, I think there would be a lot of men in Barbados that would play it down lows. But because of our society in Barbados and our fame we have, they'd be a little skeptical.
Yeah, especially how out you guys are too. There's such a big down low community here in Barbados that what I've heard is that it's really hard to date anybody because no one wants to date someone that is like actually openly queer because of the stigma that comes with it, or being outed. You seem like you both knew each other were gay.
From the get-go.
Did you have a moment to connect about it?
We never
really even sat
I
down
never
and
told
talked
him
about
I'm
it.
gay, or he told me he was gay.
We just knew.
How did you know?
I knew because he brought guys over when we was young, and I knew I was interested, and he knew because
we were not.
I dabbled with one of his people he dabbled with when he was younger already, so.
Yeah.
We dabbled with a family member already, so younger, like when we were 7, 8.
Yeah.
And we got in trouble, and that from that age we knew.
Yeah, like when you're young and you're just trying to figure shit out. No
experimenting.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you guys never had a real proper moment to connect, but you just always knew, and then you
I guess
accepted each
because
other.
it's like a twin thing. I don't know.
We always knew on the inside.
So is this like twin thing real? You know, like where you're just like, you just kind of understand each other, you know what each other's
like we've
thinking,
even
like,
finished each other's sentences. Like if he gets sick this week, I would get sick the next week.
Like we answer the same questions at the same time.
Yes.
We actually had to learn and practice like to
chill.
give each other.
Have your own thoughts sometimes.
Yes, and not to like when someone is asking us a question, we answer together because that
all the time
always happens.
Yeah, I get that though. That's but you guys are together all the time too. I mean, what's gonna happen when you guys actually start dating and you have your own lives?
We're never gonna have our own lives like that.
You
Yeah.
think so? Yeah.
Who we're dating have to understand that we're together forever.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
Who's the first one to come out?
I was.
He was.
All right. What was that journey like?
It was easy for me. It was.
Our
easy,
mom
like,
was extremely understanding.
brave.
Shout out to mom.
I was brave to
Shout
come
out
out.
to mom.
Yes, to mom con. I was brave. I came out at either 15 or 16. Can't remember the age exactly,
Wow,
but
that's young for Barbados.
I was talking to someone and they said, "Don't be scared. Just tell your
Was
mom."
this a guy?
No, this was a girl. I told my mom and she was like, "I know."
Wow.
And then she was like, "A mother always know." And then after that, I was comfortable with myself. I was very comfortable with myself because I wanted to live a life to please me. I didn't want it to, like, to have to hide a guy that I was seeing, or I can't bring them over, or I can't go out because I didn't tell my mom.
So where did you find that confidence? Because you were quite young growing up, right? Like when you came out.
I find growing up as a kid, I was always bold.
Yeah.
Like I always used to lead the two of us. Like I was always bold. I knew what I wanted. Like, I was not afraid of who I was.
You said that you didn't want to tell your dad. Why is that?
Because he was homophobic.
What were some of the things that he would say if you guys were gay?
Oh, he would
He would
say,
half kill us.
yes.
He used to love to say that.
And he's going to give us a rope to hang ourselves.
Wow.
And that if we were to ever become gay, he would no longer say that we are his kids. I mean, we cannot hide from him.
At all.
We look like our father.
Really?
Literally look like our father. He knew about me, but he didn't know about him.
Yeah.
So he was talking with him and being cool with him, and he told him, if you're anything like your brother,
He would disown us
and
stop
he didn't say
giving me
about-
money.
right? Because he would hate to find out that he giving him money and that he gay, that he would beat the arts. I can't remember what he said.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Growing up, it wasn't easy.
That's
Our
tough,
father used to beat
That's
us,
really
and I
tough.
mean that's how we got tough to this day.
Yeah,
that's who
why
we
you
are.
guys so
Yeah.
tough. Yeah. Wow.
Nothing
Wow.
can break me.
No.
Nothing.
Not anymore.
You see that energy?
The energy
Feel that
is
energy.
good, guys.
Feel it,
Thank God
guys.
for you. You came out 2 years later. Why at that time did you feel it was right for you to come out?
Seeing how my brother was living his life.
Yeah.
And I'm still stuck in this bubble.
Yeah.
So I was like, no.
Trying to fight it.
I was like, you know
Why
what?
were you
I'm
trying
going
to
to just,
fight
Yeah, why?
because of my family,
Yeah.
to be honest. I won't even say because of society, because of my family.
For me, my sister came out first. My brother never had to come out because everybody just kind of knew because of the way he was. And then I was the last, like, of my full siblings that was left. So I felt a lot of pressure. So I took forever to come out because I didn't want to disappoint my parents, right? Of being like the last hope of like
grand-
grand.
Did you experience a little bit of that?
No, my brother was always telling me just come out.
Yeah. But
So
I think the family wanted grandkids. They can still get grandkids.
Yeah.
We still want kids. We still want kids to this day.
You were dating a girl for those 2 years, correct? What was that like for you?
I said that was the only girl I would have ever been with.
Did you struggle a little bit mentally? Like you obviously broke up with her and then you came out, or
Yeah, I was fighting my feelings being with her because
But
they had an incident. She found out
what was the incident?
like me dealing with another guy at that time.
What was your coming out moment like?
I honestly can't remember.
Really? You're like, I blanked out.
I honestly-
literally was probably so nervous, I blanked out.
Can you remember your coming up moment?
Absolutely, I bawled like a baby.
My attitude and my personality, I think I would just say, "Mom, I'm gay too."
Your mom was already
Yeah,
accepting of you, so she was
yeah.
probably totally fine. I was just curious as to why it took you. I mean,
Longer?
I don't think anybody needs to come out at all in this world. I just think that society sometimes demands it, so that's why I ask a lot of coming out stories. But like, yeah, why it took you a little longer?
Still trying to be with girls, still like
That
having
was
likes
part of
for
his
girls.
fighting stage. Fighting.
But after my last relationship, I was like, you know what? Don't even care.
What do you think you were fighting or like trying to fight against?
Society.
Yeah, of Barbados. And what are some of the things that society here shamed you for?
Yeah, it was just
You know what I mean?
really the gay aspect of our life that was the
Or
hard
being
part.
too soft.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Because younger, I was
Softer.
much softer.
And it's things that should be praised in kids, you know, and
Yes.
like celebrated. But you know, society just shapes us to be these like,
Mm-hmm.
man has to be like this, and one has to be like, it's like, why can I?
Mhm.
Exactly.
And
it's
then they
easier
think-
for a girl to be gay than a guy to be
And
gay.
then they
Barbados
think if you're
especially.
gay,
Yes.
you're girly. Not because I'm gay, I have to be girly. I'm still
Yes.
me.
It's so true, you know, like
Mhm.
back when you were young, the stereotype of gay,
Mhm.
and there's nothing wrong with stereotypes. I just say this because the stereotype of being gay in Barbados is
It's
like super
flamboyant,
flamboyant
yeah.
and like, or feminine, and like that is if that's you, 100%. But
Yeah.
it's not. There,
Just-
gay is one word in the LGBTQ plus spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
and in that there's so many different types of energies and personalities within those.
For
Everybody's
sure.
unique, right? How come
Exactly,
everybody
so-
can be that?
Even apples, every apple ain't gonna look the same. Every apple ain't gonna be the same. Every apple ain't gonna taste the same.
Exactly.
So why does every gay person have to be the same?
Yes. Did you find coming out as a twin easier?
I think both of us being gay as a twin is easier.
Mm-hmm.
If one of us was straight, one of us was gay, it would have separated our
wouldn't-
life a
We
little bit.
wouldn't be who we are today.
Yes, we have a really strong bond,
Yeah.
and
I can tell.
it's easier to do things together being gay.
I mean, it's a good and a bad thing, the bond we have.
Yes.
Because if he out taking too long or whatever, it'd be like, you don't coming home?
Where you are.
Like,
So it's like
I
you're
want
dealing with
to-
two partners at the same time.
Yeah.
We do everything
too attached.
together other
Yeah.
than date people. If we're writing music, we do it together. If we're drinking, we do it together. If we're smoking, we do it together.
Even if you have the same friends, even if you go or I go alone, I'd be like, it doesn't feel the same. And even if you're out alone, people be like, where you brother, where you twin?
Yes,
So
they always
people
ask
just
that.
expect you guys to be together. all
Yeah,
the time.
always.
Well, I love the fashion. I love that you guys dress the
Well,
same.
thank
you.
I love it.
Shout out to our designer,
Yes.
our tailor, which is our cousin
fit.
Tyreek Ned.
Terry Ned.
A custom made baby.
For sure.
Just for filming today. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's talk about your family dynamic.
We only have two siblings, an older brother and a younger brother.
Yes.
Okay.
But everyone in our family is accepting. We speak to everyone in our family except our
Except for
father.
your dad. Do you think you're ever gonna have a moment to just kind of connect with him and talk about things?
I don't even know if it's because of our sexual. Well, it is because of our sexuality,
Part
but
of
I
it,
don't know
yes.
if it's only because
Yeah.
because when we were
Sexuality.
younger, he called him a sperm donor.
Yeah, because he stopped supporting my mom at a certain age and he never
So
checked
I
back.
guess that hit him.
So that's how I felt, being angry because of you stopped talking to me because I was gay. And I wanted him to be a part of my life growing up. Like, I wanted my dad in my life.
Yeah.
So I just got vexed and just started, and everybody, oh, I don't have a father, I just have a sperm donor. He was going around telling the people he have 2 sons and a daughter. So if you can do that, I can say what I
Yeah,
have
of
to say
course,
too.
Like, and you know, you're young. You're not getting the love and acceptance from your dad, you know, and like, that's hard. And your dad is going around calling you a girl. Like,
Even when we went to Toronto, New York,
yeah,
DC, like be to the family and stuff. Oh, your father saying that wanna gay. I mean, like, let me tell the people, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. Let me have a
don't out me.
chance.
Exactly. Like,
That's really.
I mean, I'm not hiding. There's nothing to be afraid or shame of or anything.
Yeah.
Because
Let
as
me do it.
we said, we're proud of who we are. Very proud.
Absolutely. Dating. How did you find guys? Because I don't think there was probably like dating apps for gay people in Barbados.
As I said, I was always bold. If I didn't know about you, what I would look for in a guy is some sort of feminine act or some sort of thing you say or
You
the
were
way you
good with
walk or anything. I would analyze
You
the
was
guy
good
really
picking
good.
them out.
And I would just go
on
up
the prowl.
and I would just go up to them and start start chatting and ask for back in the day it was MSN.
Yes.
So I would ask for their MSN and then I would get it and I would just start talking online, and that's how it would happen, and then
And
we
you
start
kind of
flirting
feel
and
that,
then
yeah.
see how they respond. If they respond like, "Oh, you bulla," if I didn't get that from a guy, that was my all clear.
I was so different from him younger.
Yes, I was never scared to approach a guy.
Wow.
I always
Never.
admired him about that. He was really bold.
I knew what I
I feel
wanted.
like even if I knew I wanted that, I wouldn't have done that approach. You know?
Exactly,
Like, I would've
because
been
that
so
was me.
nervous.
That was me. I was
never
I was a
nervous.
shy one.
Yeah.
But he
I never
he
think
took the
of it.
boat
I
thick.
never ever thought like I would have gotten beat up for trying to talk to a guy.
You obviously were really successful, but was there a lot of people that like did you end up dating quite a bit of guys when you were young?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I did.
And
Because there were so many.
And I've never.
Did you date after you came out?
I've hardly dated guys. I could probably count on one hand.
Then soon after that, you guys moved to Canada.
Yes.
How was your first experience like leaving the island?
It was amazing.
It was amazing. We were
Being-
so ready to
Well,
leave. We were
streets.
19 when we got there, and our friend took us to Church Street. I think it was the first weekend we
The
got
most
there.
infamous,
Gay
gay
street.
Yes, you
in
guys need to
Toronto.
check it out when you go to Toronto.
It's-
We saw drag and we saw these.
Was that your first time?
That
seeing
I
was
was
the first
there.
time
That's
ever. I
right.
was
Sure.
I was excited to see it because like I've never seen it in life, and
How was that moment?
it was good.
Interesting. And even not on the gay street, even like normal like, Toronto, like you see guys walking holding hands.
Yes.
Was there any like internal homophobia that you had to get over when you first arrived in Canada?
Yes.
I
I
was
would
nervous.
say like it would shock me the kind of guys I see gay.
Yes,
And I'd be like, you gay now, so you gay?
because they were
Like-
straight acting.
Yeah.
I was ready to go in
You were just like,
and
hey,
experience.
let me
He was
through the
always
gate.
ready. He was
Yeah.
always
I
ready.
was ready for
That,
any kind
but
of
that must have been like
experience.
a huge experience of just like almost a little overwhelming where you're like, wow, people are so open.
Yeah.
You know, and you can just
It
be
was
what you want.
we
You
were
can dress the way
extremely
you
happy.
want,
We
you
were
know?
so happy. Like
What I was
We could
most
be
happy
ourselves.
about is being able to go overseas and walk up in a
I was
club.
not about to say that.
Like you can dance freely, nobody gonna call you bulla. This, so that's
Yeah.
what I
You can move
liked
however you
about
wanted
in-
to.
And being in Toronto, because you could go to clubs and dance and do
And just have
anything.
fun.
Be who
Yeah,
you really are.
Yeah, you can be who you are.
And it probably helped you guys find your like feet in queer life. You know?
Yes, for
Just
sure.
like this is who I am,
Mhm.
and this is how I want to express myself. So, if we don't know already,
Yeah.
these two are models and
Yeah.
Yes,
music
we are.
extraordinaire.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
you.
So,
Yes, we are.
what was your experience like landing that record deal, and how did they handle your sexuality?
Okay, well, at first they tried to
To hide it.
Hide it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
They were always telling us, don't come out too fast.
Yeah.
Let's go in the industry as straight artists.
Mm-hmm.
But I would always tell my manager and the
Not
record
about
label
that.
that
So,
I don't want to do that. I want to come out.
so when you originally started talking with them, you told them you were
Gay.
gay from the beginning, and they were just like, "We're gonna keep that under wraps.
Mhm.
Like, we're not gonna."
They had strippers coming in and stuff.
Oh, so you had to play that whole music
Yeah.
life where you just had to abide to what they kind of want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or what that industry
Mhm.
expects of you, right?
just go with the flow for now. That's what we were doing.
Yeah. But I think it's fascinating. Like, people create music from feelings and authenticity. Well, the
Yes.
music that does really well too,
Mhm.
right? People connect with it, and like the fact that they were trying to get you to create music, but also hide who
Our
you
identity.
were.
Mhm.
Like, how is that gonna even work?
Exactly.
You know? It would have made you guys so miserable. down
Exactly,
the line.
and then I
And
doing
it's-
all these are straight things, and
Which
this
is
ain't
not
really
you.
me.
Well,
I live
yeah,
my
yeah.
straight life already. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going back into the closet, baby. For
Yeah.
sure. How's that conversation handled? How did
They
you
were
guys
okay.
level it out?
They were cool.
They accepted you guys for just being gay and like
Yeah,
allowing-
yeah,
allowing
they
you
did.
to do it?
They didn't mind us being gay or anything. They
Behind the
just-
scenes.
Yeah, they just didn't want us to come out to the public because they don't know how the public would have reacted. Because we had a song out at the time when we was with the label and it was doing good. I guess they didn't want to either make or
Put a
break our
bad
career.
reputation out there.
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, I don't get it. You guys, a couple years later, moved back to Barbados.
Yes, in 2018.
And you're living away. You're living in countries that like where your queerness is like, fully accepted and like lived in. You know.
It was hard to adjust, and I would never adjust back to Barbados living.
Yes.
Because I'm who I am now.
Did you guys see a shift here when you came back, like in acceptance?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
In most that, yeah, because I guess because of the fame, we grew for ourselves. People was
The achievements we achieved overseas.
like now people be looking at us. Even the straight guys we go out, they'll be looking at us. I would always turn to my brother and say, "Why do people keep looking at me?" You know what I mean? And these would be straight guys that always watching
that
us.
eye contact is a little too long there.
Yes, it gives me an impression that you would play.
Yes.
And I don't like guys to do that because then they get the wrong impression. Then they go start.
Yeah, and then you get embarrassed at the end.
Yeah.
Because then they're just like, yo, like shut down, but you're like, you're the one who started this.
Exactly.
I don't get embarrassed. If you saw or not, you want that or not, I ain't care.
It's a yes or no for me.
I love y'all's attitude towards
It's a yes or no for me as well.
I mean, it's such a tricky environment, right? You know, like people are suppressed for their sexuality here. It's a sin, and there's a huge download. Like, there's so much shame in sexuality in Barbados.
There is.
Like, you know, it's such a hard place. There's only a little bit of people that are so openly confident in their sexuality.
Why they're scared is because they think the gay people will tell on them.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll be
they
out.
always they always look at the gay
I don't
people
kiss and
to be
tell
talking.
though. Just so you know.
But it's also, I think it's like,
so you guys watching, you don't kiss and tell.
But there's no outing. I don't think I would ever out.
But
anyone
some people
either,
do.
You know?
Some
why would
some
you
gay
out someone
some
to
gay Bajans
to offset what you're getting?
But also, it's just like out of respect. I understand what my process that I had to go through, right, to get to where I am. I'm so confident in who I am because I actually don't care. But I will never out someone that's afraid. You know, like it's just respect for that person because I understand that journey that I've had to
and what you've been through.
Right. I get the whole thing, but I'm also just like, come on, society. It's 20.
When is it gonna drop?
Like, come on,
sure.
you're living a lie, or you only have one life to live. Why not live it to the max? You both have this amazing TikTok account with many followers, and you did your first queer video.
Yes.
And it blew the
That's
up.
That's what made us go viral. We did that video where we put on the ways nobody's gonna know. We put on a mask to look like females. And that video has 1.5 million views on TikTok right now. The only thing
really
that gets
crazy.
attention from us is being gay. So that's why I said to my brother, Lano, just let's be ourselves.
You know, like, it's part of your brand. You know?
Yeah.
But then I would be more openly gay if it was not in
outside of
Barbados.
Barbados.
I mean, absolutely. I empathize
You understand?
completely. But at the end of the day, I think that you're giving a lot of kids or people that are on TikTok representation, right?
For sure.
They're like, wow, there's these two guys in Barbados and they're being so open about their sexuality. It might give them some hope, you know, to be able to be like you two in the future. So I think what you guys are doing is like creating such a big space for conversation, at least in Barbados, you know, and like inspiring youth to like be themselves.
Because there are not much gay people in Barbados that be themselves
For sure.
or show their gay self.
Yeah. And it goes to show, like, that's what the universe wants you guys to do. It blew up, and all the gay content keeps blowing up. Like, keep doing it.
Exactly.
You have your music,
keep doing
and
it.
you have your TikTok account that's like funneling a lot of like fan base to you.
Yes.
Finding your music, you know. So where does this confidence come from? Like how? Because a lot of people in Barbados struggle with their sexuality, right? There's a huge down low scene. What is your mindset behind
This
the
confidence, I would say, having each other.
Yes.
We always had our mom's support though.
Yes. That's
so
a big thing behind it.
We
So our
had a lot
family
of support
supports us.
being ourselves.
Mainly our mom and our aunt. That's where our full support being gay comes from. Like they have our back regardless.
From young.
Anything.
From young.
On the icon.
Yes.
Love it. You guys are very inspiring. You know, you're doing your thing. You're pushing the LGBTQ movement on a different scale than organizations. You're doing it online with normalizing the fact that like you can be gay in a country that's very homophobic or said to be very homophobic. And I think don't stop. You know,
Would never.
this country
never
needs this
stop.
representation.
It does.
You know? Now, each of you.
Yeah.
one message you want to say to anybody that is watching?
Stay true to yourself. Believe in who you are, believe in your goals, and believe in your drive. And always believe in God.
To whoever is watching, just always remember that someone out there will love you for who you are. And always remember to stay focused, keep positive energy around you, and just keep the negative energy to the back. Because negative energy brings you down. You don't need to be brought down.
Negative energy only brings you negative vibes.
Period.
And put your phone down.
Put your phone down, guys.
Shameless plug. Okay,
on
well,
YouTube.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you
on my
so
channel.
much.
I really loved getting to know you two. And
Yes.
It was a
share
great
your
interview,
stories.
guys.
Yeah.
And shout out to It's Quear, guys.
Yeah, shout out to It's Quear.
Like, subscribe, and share. Comment as well.
Wow. Thank you, Lano and Shawn, aka Oneikonn, for coming up and sharing your story with us. I have learned from this episode that it is so important to have a solid family and friend support group. That Barbados isn't as homophobic for them as it was when they were growing up. And being your authentic self can add a lot of value and inspiration for many people out there. Biggest lesson is just keep shining your light and continue to follow your dreams no matter what. Thank you, Lano and Shawn, for joining us here on Quear. We love you guys so much, and we will see you next week for a brand new episode. Subscribe! Ciao for now.